are back. It's Nicole Safely, and I am the founder of I Am Fierce. We are bringing you the Art of Confidence event, how to build unstoppable confidence and skyrocket your revenue. I couldn't be more thrilled this evening to bring to you our guest, Lakendra Coffman. Tell me your last name now.
Lakendra Coffman Harper.
Harper. I knew there was something else there. Yes.
With a hyphen.
With a hyphen. She is, now I'm sounding old. She's new age. My girlfriend's actually in the process of, she's 61 and she's in the process of changing her last name, like selecting a last name. I'm like, back in the day, nobody said that you had to take your husband's name. It was this and this. Now it's just, it's whatever we get to do. So anyway, Lakendra Coffman Harper, thank you so much for being here. And I just want to tell you a little bit about Lakendra. She's so impressive. She's the broker and owner of the 5-star team in Houston, Texas, real estate broker. She is a wife and a mother of 3 beautiful children. And she's been in real estate for over 15 years. It's a passion of hers. She kind of left corporate America to come into this as her full-time passion and drive and career in 2016. And she really enjoys the freedom and flexibility and the limitless potential that this field has offered her. The 5-star team is her baby. Each agent that she has working with her has been handpicked and really offers the unique quality to the team as a whole. And most importantly, she's enjoyed helping to develop those agents, which is where I think another branch of her passion goes. And we'll talk a little bit more about the program that she does to help mentor agents who aren't on her team. But working with newly licensed agents is a joy of hers, and it's her intention to make agents really feel confident, ding, 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 and educated about their new career. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed and defeated. And, that's not just in the real estate industry, right? We're trying to achieve our goals and move forward wherever we're at. Overwhelmed, defeat, it can be tough. Where do I get the confidence? She offers a virtual mentor program. The Real in Real Estate offers education and inspiration to allow agents to really feel that confidence. And, if you desire to have a successful career as a realtor, building on a solid foundation is key. And that's what she does with her program. She helps to really lay that foundation for you. So Lakendra, welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited for you to be here.
Thanks so much. I'm excited to be here.
I know you were telling me you just got done with a training class for some new realtors. And so this topic of confidence is hot in your sphere right now. And I'm wondering, what do you find, especially with new agents? Tell me a little bit about their confidence. How do they show up on day one of training with you?
Typically when an agent comes to me, they're at a point where they're hungry. They want it. They just don't know what tools they need and what steps to get to that point. And we're in a time now where everything is so microwave, so quick, or it appears to be, at least.
Right.
So many agents come to me with, dreams and aspirations of these top producers. And I'm like, you realizing that what you're seeing on social media is you're 10, you're 11, you're 12 for that agent. And here you are 2 months out the gate, and you're already so hard and so down on yourself because you think that you're failing because you're not where someone is who's 10 years in the game.
Yes.
So that comparison and just overall the lack of experience, I think it really boggles on the new agent's confidence.
Yeah, I can totally. I think it's true of anyone in something that they're not an expert yet at, right? And people tell you, oh, you just need to muster the confidence and go do it. It's like, I don't feel like it's that easy. For me, I've always thought that, confidence comes from competence. Well, how do I get confidence? It comes from doing. Well, if I don't have confidence, what am I going to start doing? And I think another C comes in, and it's courage, right? It's the courage to just get started. So as you talk to these new agents and you're really thinking now, how can I build their confidence? What tools can I give them? Like, what's the guidance that you do? What do you look at first? Where do you go with that?
The first thing I discuss with them is if they know who they are. Like,
Mm,
who are you? Who are you speaking to? What is your focus in real estate? Because there's so many different facets of it.
mm-hmm.
And many agents just come in, I want to close everything. I want to sell anything. I'll go anywhere. And it's like, well, let's work towards establishing ourselves as an expert. What do you want to be known for? And it may take some time to find that out. It did take me
Mm-hmm.
some time as well. But once I realized that my passion was working with first time buyers, educating someone and seeing them get the keys to that first home, you know, once I locked into that, my my entire path, my focus, everything kind of came into alignment. So what I really try to get them to understand is we want to start with considering what your options are. Do you want to focus on residential? Do you want to focus on commercial? Is there a particular area of town that you want to farm? Because real estate is so vast, and if you just go in trying to do everything, you may feel lost and become more overwhelmed in the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I say that more so because this is a field where you get your experience hands on out there in the field. Many times that, and I'm sure any agent will tell you this, the test and the coursework do not prepare us for the scenarios and situations that you will deal with when you're out here working with these buyers and sellers. So you at least giving yourself the advantage of identifying a particular area of focus will better prepare you for when those situations do arise.
Yeah, I think that's so applicable across the board, right? One,
Oh
you
yeah.
said, know yourself. What do you want? Don't try to
Yes,
be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Like, what are your goals? And then we get to choose, but
exactly.
sometimes we're afraid to choose because we don't know. And I think that also is an aspect of confidence, right? We don't know if the path that I choose is going to actually be the right one. And
Right.
so sometimes we want to be too broad, right? We need to niche down and we need to be confident, at least go in a direction long enough to determine it's not the right direction versus
Exactly.
going this way. Yeah,
Nail
tell
it
me
on the
more
head.
about that.
And it's okay to detour. You
Hmm.
know, maybe you focused in on something and after a few months you decide, you know what, this is not what I thought it would be. This is no longer serving me. And that's okay. I definitely had a few of those turns. But I think when I started paying more attention to what made me happy,
Yeah.
that's when I saw a change in my work. That's when I saw a change in the responsiveness and the receptiveness that I got from my clients. Um, one personal, a hard personal struggle for me was, you know, you want to dress like this, you want to dress to the tens all the time and drive the perfect car and make sure your hair is perfect and make sure your nails are perfect. But I'm in Houston. Sometimes I'm out here in the heat of the day. It's 100 plus degree weather. Like I don't want to be in a business suit in heels. Like, you know, once once I broke past that and I realized, you know what? I'm going to dress appropriate, but I'm going to be in a nice branded tee. I'm going to be comfortable out here when I'm showing these
Hmm.
clients so that I can walk around these properties and make sure that I'm hitting on the details that I know that they need to know to help them make an informed decision.
Yes.
And that really, that really was a big turning point for me when I started dressing a little bit more casual and really, it helped my communication with my clients. And I realized because I was more comfortable.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You're not putting
yeah,
on airs, you're not being pretentious, like you're paying attention to the things that they care about, not
right.
the Prada shoes or whatever, to make it look like you're something. Don't need to do that when you bring the game in doing the right thing for your client, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so that's something that I recommend in that's not just realtor related. I'm sure to any of you entrepreneurs out there is let's not get caught up in the perception of
Hmm.
what we perceive success to be. No, I started focusing more on connecting. Let me connect with these clients. And me being comfortable in my shoes allowed me to focus more on that connection, and it made a huge difference in my business.
Yeah. I love the emphasis of connection. And I think
Mhm.
that that also leads to confidence, right? When you're able to really build rapport with people easily.
Yes.
How would you talk with your agents about creating that connection and kind of that secret sauce that you have?
You know, one tip that I give them is focus on everything but real estate.
Hmm.
You're wanting to build a connection with someone. Let's not make it about work, right? So look for a commonality. Do we both have school-age children? Maybe we both enjoy the same sport. We attend the same gym. Like, I look for any connection aside from the topic at hand of if you're looking to buy or sell a home.
Hmm.
Because if we've had some connection outside of that, I think it makes me stand out, and
Yes.
it keeps you on that individual's mind. So that's what I tell them, look to connect with someone and focus on everything other than the topic of real estate.
100%. I will tell you, my realtor I've used for the last 8 years, and she's helping us with our house now. Um, she knows, I mean, she follows me on social media. She knows what my kids are doing, like she just knows. And it's
Right.
because it's also a lifetime, right? You can actually, it's
Yes,
not a transaction. That can actually be a lifetime relationship if done right.
exactly.
It's the difference of calling the person that's on the sign or calling someone who knows what your goals are. Like she knows immediately, no, I'm not going to like that house. She's not going to bother me with it, even though it's, four
Yeah.
bedrooms and three baths or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yep. You
The
know what?
big,
I'm so glad that you said that. And I think that goes along with just really trying to connect with someone and pay more attention to detail. So I know, when I'm out looking at a property, I'm looking at what my client is saying and what they're not saying. What is piquing their interest. And the next house we go to, hey, I know you like that large island. This one has a huge island. I'm just always just looking to do, the little extra,
mhm.
the things that maybe they didn't think about. And they're like, you know what? You got the nail on the head. I do love that. So I think that establishing that type of rapport, that's us playing the long game, and that's what we
Mm.
want to do. That's what we want to do as entrepreneurs. We don't want to just think about the transaction right here in that moment. No, what keeps us in the game is our client referring all of their friends and family our way. Letting anyone they know when they're looking for a home, you know what, my realtor is the best. Let me give you her information. And when they're thinking that they potentially want to sell, let me call my agent. Those are the types of relationships, guys, that you want to build
Yes.
and blossom, because that is what's going to establish you. That's what's going to allow your business to scale. So super important, super important. We want to connect, definitely.
Yeah, that connection is key. And I don't mean to keep like going back, but I think
No,
I just want to make sure people understand this isn't just about real estate. Like you're given, these are the secrets to building a sustainable
yes,
business. And it's so
yes,
key. So I heard you with the connection for sure, connection, relationship, and the long game,
yes.
not being transactional. Hmm.
Correct, correct. And I mean, though real estate is my bread and butter, I do also co-own a tax company, and at my real estate company, we do credit repair. So me ensuring that I am establishing these relationships, a tax client can often become a real estate client. So this is, guys, these tips and everything that we are discussing, they're beneficial to anyone in the entrepreneurial world. They are going to allow you to establish the relationships and to grow.
Hmm. Yeah. I I let multiple streams of income. You're like hitting the nail on the head. I think you might
Mhm.
start doing some consulting on just the general business side because you've got it nailed
Yeah,
for sure.
thank
So
you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's no wonder you have a 5-star agency, right?
Hey, I like that.
I
Yeah.
know, I know. So I want to ask you this. You can't possibly always be 100% confident. So, are there any tips or tricks when you're maybe not feeling on your game that you kind of pull out? What do you do to get back in that space, or maybe even do it without confidence, like
Right.
how do you work through that? Because we all hit those blockers.
Very true. And I think that it's okay, guys, for us to step out of our comfort zone. There are going to be things that we don't necessarily feel comfortable doing. Um, However, you will never, you'll never accomplish. You'll never know what that goal is. To, it's okay to fail and get it right the next time, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes we need those lessons. Um, and confident, it's something that comes with time. I totally understand that, time and experience, but I also tell my agents, if it's something that you don't know, be confident in saying you don't know. It's okay.
Mm,
It's okay. If your client asks you a question and you're not totally familiar, hey, I don't know the answer to that, but let me look that up and I'll get back to you. Hey, I'll reach out to my team lead. I'll reach out to my broker and ask and, let you know what the answer is. Be confident in not being confident. It's okay. Your client will respect that more. And if you can practice just saying, I don't know, or let me get back to you, let me research that. If you can practice saying that, it will help with just maybe the stammer or the getting lost, or just giving your client the impression that you may not know exactly what it is that you're doing or what you're talking about, right?
yeah.
So that's another thing that I try to prepare them for, is be confident in not being confident. It's okay not to know everything. I'm 17 years in and I still don't know everything, but I also don't have a problem saying, hey, I don't know. I
Find
don't
the
know. Let me
answer.
look that up. Right.
Yeah.
I'll find
I'd
that out
much
and I'll
rather
let you know.
somebody be honest and
Right.
figure it out than, a lot of times we'll make something up and it's the moment when for sure that cannot be right. Better to
Exactly.
just say, and everybody should respect the fact that nobody can know everything. So,
Very true.
um, yeah.
And many
I,
times the question that the client asks you that you just randomly make up some answer for, that sticks out in their head. Trust me, they're not going
yeah.
to forget. So when they get a different answer, they're going to bring that back up like, hey, you told me this. So yeah, I
Hmm.
think I would say that it's just better to, you know, hey, let them know you don't know, you'll get back to them.
Yeah. When you switched careers, so you were part-time real estate and then had your social work position, what was the scariest part of that decision to
Oh my
swap?
goodness. That was a scary time. And I'll tell you this, I knew that I wanted to pursue real estate full time. I knew I did, but there was the certainty of that 2-week paycheck that I was
Mm,
getting as a social worker, right? And I knew that in this field, you don't work, you don't eat. Or
mm.
sometimes you work very hard,
And you still
you
don't
do,
eat.
right? So that
Yeah,
was
takes a
really,
while to build the pipeline.
yeah, it takes a while. It takes time to build your pipeline. So my first, between 2016 and 2018, it took me about 2 years to build a solid pipeline. So that first year was very difficult for me. Not only was I trying to build a pipeline, I was trying to find out who I was and what I wanted to focus on and what I wanted my niche to be. And I had so many, individuals in my ear, some professionals, some colleagues, family members, some friends. Everybody was telling me, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this.
Oh,
So, you know, I was really insecure about my place and what I wanted to hone in on. So
mhm.
that was a true struggle that I had. Um, Looking at, oh, well, I should be dressing like this and I should be speaking like this and I should be doing this and I should be going here. But I am a mom with two children at the time under the age of 3. And then I had one who was in her first year of elementary school. Um, and freshly laid off a job and decided to go into real estate full time. So when I tell you I was winging it, it was a rough start. But again, once I started getting the receptiveness from clients like, hey, I hear that you are the person to come to with first time buyers. Everyone is saying that you're really good, that you really educate buyers and walk them through the process, and your lender's really good, and she gets those deals closed. Like, once I started realizing, you know what, this this is my lane, and this is what I want to focus on,
Yeah.
and this is what works for me. And my clients don't care that I'm not coming in a three-piece suit, or that I'm not driving the latest foreign car right now. They don't care about that. That is really when my business started to take a turnaround.
Yeah. You were in alignment with
Yeah,
your purpose, with
exactly.
you. Yeah, that alignment is so key.
Yes.
That's so
So,
key.
so all of the, oh, you want to sell, $1 million homes, and you want to do this. And it was like, you know what? I know my lane now. I know my client. I know my price point, and this is what works for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that really allowed me to become a top producer, and to be able to get in some of those higher price points. And my clients grew with me. My first time buyers went on to buy second and third homes.
Yeah.
And yeah, my business has blossomed as their lives have transitioned as well.
Oh, how cool. You just said that about the $1 million homes. This is going to sound silly, but I have watched like 5 episodes of Selling Sunsets.
I watch it all. Trust me. I watch them all. Yes,
It's like
yes,
that show that you just can't turn off. My husband's
right.
like, "Why are we still watching this?" I'm like, "Cause it's a soap opera with a
Yes.
theme, it's hilarious." So
But you
I
know what?
know,
That's so true. It's so true, and that's what so many of us are. It's what garners our attention, and I totally understand that.
yeah,
Um, I was speaking with a colleague of mine who works in media, and I was telling her, I want to, a goal of mine going into the new year is to enter the YouTube world. And she was saying, okay, she was like, we gotta get those luxury properties, we gotta get those multi-million-dollar properties. And then I was like, well, that's exactly what I don't want to do.
hmm,
Like, what? I was like, no, I want to focus more on the process of that person who's getting their first home. I was like, because we already know what the $1 million properties are. We know that, we stand, that's what all the shows are about right now.
yeah,
But I was like, there's nothing like that person who has turned their credit around, been working hard for the past year to save their money, and this $300,000 house is their multi-million-dollar mansion.
yeah.
I was like, I want to focus on that story. I think it has a place, and I think that
Oh
many
yeah,
would appreciate that as well.
I do too. And the education piece,
Yeah.
I remember buying my first home. I don't even think I knew what a mortgage was. I'm like, what do I need? And,
Yeah.
what am I looking for in a house? Like, you do need a partner and somebody who really cares and, can walk you through that process, especially the first time. Um,
Definitely.
yeah, you can get really taken advantage of, if you don't, and not necessarily purposefully, but like you just need to know it's a lot, it's a huge okay, that and what else do we buy so quickly? I don't know, vacuum cleaners at the front door, but like you go and spend maybe 2 20-minute walkthroughs and then you plop down several $100,000.
Yep.
I don't know, there's probably some support there that could be
Yeah.
garnered.
Yes,
I love
definitely.
that. I can't wait. You did. Yeah, and the whole TV industry, they're going to cater to the audience. But when you have a platform like YouTube, you can do what you want and you can touch and
Right.
build the audience that you want as well.
It
Lakendra,
is.
I could talk to you all night. This is amazing. And I know, well, I do have one more question.
Yeah.
Do you think with the way that the economy is and the housing market is now, is this a good time for people to consider real estate as a career?
You know, I would take the same stance that I tell someone who asks if it's a good time to buy. The best time is when you're ready to do it.
Hmm.
So if you really feel like this is a career that you want to partake on, I don't care where we are in the market. There are some key things that I think that you want to have in place. At least 6 months of reserves, definitely. And if you are wanting to take this on full time, just be prepared to really immerse yourself in it.
Hmm.
Your first year, definitely, because it is going to take time to build your sphere of influence, to
Hmm.
brand, to market yourself. But definitely, if you have that desire and you have that hustle, you can be successful no matter what market we're in, and no matter where we're located. I work with newly licensed agents and those who are wanting to come into the career, and the hunger, those who I see who really want it. There's no second option. Um, Gosh, their process or their road to get to that inline is going to be much faster. It just
Yeah.
is. So I definitely think if it's something that you do want to take on, just do your research. The company that you're with is super important. You want to make sure that you align yourself with the company who has the vision, the goals, and the support that you need. Um, and aside from that, just be motivated. Be ready to get out here and hustle. Find some good leadership, find some good mentors, and you can do it.
Fantastic. And as far as mentors go, tell us about the program that you do offer. And you guys,
Right.
this isn't, you don't have to be on Lakendra's team to take advantage of this. You can
Yes.
go and learn what she's teaching these amazing agents to really bolster their careers. So tell us
I
how we find that.
Yeah, I thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Guys, the name of my school is Realtor Road to Success, but my 8-week mentor program is called the Real in Real Estate. And I say that because I really come in a place where I want to really give you the real on this career. Um, we know that there's a lot of flash, right? And there's a lot of success and grandeur that we see online with realtors, and that's why many of you decide to go and pursue your license to begin with. However, there is a lot that goes on in the background, and it's not always pretty, right? And it's
Mhm.
going to come with a lot of up and downs. So I want to prepare you for that, because if you have the tools to overcome that, then when you enter those peaks and valleys, it's going to be easy for you to push through. Over 60% of agents do not make it past 2 years.
Mhm.
And that is a lot of money that you've invested. That is a lot of time that you have invested to then get your license and feel like that you're not successful, that you are failing, that you're overwhelmed, and you choose to just let the license go. That's my goal, is to help you meet and exceed that 2-year mark, because
Yes.
success is on the other side of all that doubt, that fear, that worry, that insecurity. Success
Yeah.
is on the other side for sure.
I love it. So how do they register for your course?
Okay, guys, the realinrealestate.teachable.com. That is the website. You can go there and register for the wait list. I am actually halfway through my next batch of the mentor program. So we will be starting up again around August once
Okay.
this one is complete. So please join the wait list. For any of you who are on Facebook and Instagram, I am on both platforms. Facebook, I'm Lakendra Harper, as well as the Realtor Road to Success. And on Instagram, I am 5-Star Kendra the Realtor. Um, I go live, guys, every Monday and Wednesday with an industry professional. And then on Wednesday, I do free live coaching sessions.
Oh,
So
wow.
for anyone who is interested in the career, or if you're an agent and you have questions about a transaction or a client, I'm available. I really love interacting, direct interaction, with
Awesome.
anyone who could use some assistance, because I really want to be a motivation to you all.
Oh my gosh, what an offer. That's awesome. And we will put the link to the training modules or the mentor program, as well as all the social media links in the show notes, so you guys
Perfect.
can connect with Kendra. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful that we connected. And the little birdie once told me I should be a realtor. So that was my question. I'm like,
Ooh,
I don't know if I'm ready to go there, but at some point
you
it's
could
a
do
fun
it. You would
possibility.
smash it. I would,
I
yeah.
It's so fun. I actually love to do interior decorating. I'm not a professional or anything, but
Mhm.
every house that I sell, it usually sells furnished. And my realtor's like, I
Ah,
told you, you just, so anyway, maybe
yeah.
someday we'll see. But
Look into it. You might just love it.
I may. Oh my gosh, I may. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
you guys, you just had connection with somebody who is willing to pour into you in this career, and what a lucrative career it can be, it is. And really, like she said, it's all about what you put into it. If you're not going into real estate, rewind this again and listen to it with your own filter, because Lakendra just gave you pretty much the keys to any kind of business. So all of these things, they are totally applicable. And I'm so grateful that you were willing to share with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much.